Okay, now that we have looked at the actual lesson and we've read the about and we've seen this, we're like, okay, I want to look at it a little bit more. So let's just take a look at this desktop. The desktop allows me to share to Google Classroom. So if I click out on the share to Google Classroom, it's actually going to take me out to my Google Classroom. And then I'm going to choose whether to share this, what a class to share this to. So I'm just going to share it to my test class. And I'm going to say it's an assignment because I want the kids to do that. And then I'm going to hit go, and then it's going to push me into Google Classroom. I can give the instructions, I can assign it to all students, I can give it a point value, and what I have here is now I have the link that is already on there. So I can give it a due date. So if I want a due date of next Friday, I can get that done. I can give it a topic, so I can choose what topic to put in there, or I can actually create the topic. Okay. And then I simply hit assign. Also nice over here where you may also like all of these different other parts of it, and then you have the curriculum aspects as well. Okay, so now let's say, okay, I know how to do this. I can see basically my dashboard. I want to look at it. So now I want to look at launching this. So let's look at launching it. Okay, so this is basically what the kids are going to see. Once it's launched, they're going to see this information. So I'm going to close out my little picture here so we get the full screen. And we're going to hear the glossary terms. You have the video transcript if you need to see the actual transcript. And then you can play this. Now, what I always suggest is to make sure that you go through the launch. Make sure that you're going through the launch so that you know what's going on. And I hit the page 2. I can see this is about the lesson. Information here, making highlights and margin notes, using the cursor to select phrases. So anytime you highlight, select the cursor, you can click on here and you can create a comment there, and it'll actually save it. Now, where does that information save? So selecting here, I can click here, and this is directions, and I hit save. So now when I go into my work, it's actually going to see, I'm able to see this is my username. So unfortunately, that's not going to change, but you'll be able to go into these via the Google Classroom. So you'll be able to see that. And you'll see I've done some of this already, so I can see that there's the notes, and I have this already, so it's not big. So I can go back to the top, I can exit out of that, all of that. Now I can go here to page 3, propaganda comes of age. Here I can take notes, I can highlight. Where is this? Basically, I wanted to know where all these comments went. I wanted to find out. Here is the notes. So they're answering each of these questions. They could have the work. Once the work is there, they can hit print. The nice thing is that when they hit print for their notes, this is something that they can turn in. So you're going to have all the notes. Then you're going to save it as a PDF. Okay, so when I click Save as PDF and I can hit Save, I can then have it come up and save right into my Google Drive. Okay, so I can put it into any folder that I want to once I'm done with the lesson. So don't have them do this until they're completely finished with the lesson. You save the notes. That way you know that they've done it. The chart is there. Everything is there. It's saved as a PDF, and then they can turn it in. Okay? But that's the nice thing about this. They have the glossary here, so if they need to go back and look at what terminology that means, then they can do that. We can go through, there's a lot of different things they can do. There's lots of pictures that go here. They have the take notes. So target audience, goal, message, that kind of thing. Is I'm moving forward to the psychology of propaganda, the left, center, and the right. All of this taking notes, that kind of thing. And then we keep going. to racism and propaganda. So there's lots of different things that are happening, and they get a lot of information. Now you can have them do this along the way, and then you can kind of highlight and talk about each one of these. Now this may be, something that you use as an excerpt of what you're doing already in the classroom. You don't have to just use this, but this is pretty good stuff. So take a look at it and see if it's something that you can definitely use. There's a lot of videos, different things like here. Everything is the take notes. You have it, you move through it. I'm on the wrong one. Sorry. Oh, no, I wasn't. So I think there it goes. Okay. So it has a lot of information here. So this one, use the highlight, read an excerpt, and then if I click on this, it actually brings this up so that I can see it. Okay. Now I can read it from there, or I can clear and restart, choose OK. Now if I go into submitting and I'm sending continuing work, it's actually going to bring me in here. Now I can use the highlighter and I can highlight the words and the different things that I want to highlight in here. Okay, so I can go through reading this, highlighting the things that I want to highlight, and then I can take those into context and then write my excerpt that I want on there. So I can hit submit, choose OK, and then going from there. Again, go through it. Go through the launch. Make sure that you have everything, that you understand what the kids are going to do. Once you do that, when you push it out to Google Classroom, this is what they're going to see. Okay? All right. I hope that helps, and I hope it gives you a little flexibility in the resources that they have out there and that you can use.